Hi, my name is Paul. I am 57 and live in Chicago. When I was 27, I was put on Klonopin for depression, anxiety, and insomnia. I was put on a daily dose and it was never really explained to me what these pills might do to me long term, and certainly not told me what I would experience if and when I ever decided not to be on them anymore. I mean, I was pretty much told I would need to take that for the rest of my life. Um, I don't remember my initial dose, but I did end up on 1.5 milligrams. So in 2019-ish, my anxiety started to tick up greatly. I started developing phobias I never had before. I really thought I was losing my marbles. I became afraid to drive, and I love driving. Traveling became scary. I also love traveling. Started developing some OCD tendencies, and I was pretty convinced I had Alzheimer's. So anyway, I was in tolerance withdrawal, but I didn't know that. I started doing some Googling and research and realized that that was what was going on. So I decided to get off of the Klonopin. So in October of 2019, I started my taper. And because I had been in tolerance withdrawal, things for a while weren't that much worse, but eventually did get worse. These are the two things that I experienced that I still have 2.5 years later. A lot of muscle tension, neck and shoulders, and tinnitus, the ringing in the ears. They've gotten much better, but those are the two still hanging on. Other things I experienced, transient dizziness, nausea, balance issues. Basically, my nervous system was shot. It wouldn't take much to get my heart rate going, and that was another issue. My constantly checking my heart rate, and I'm obsessed with it. I did end up going to the ER in 2019. I thought I was having a heart attack. So I couldn't I would get spooked easily. The phone would ring. I would jump. I just couldn't watch anything disturbing in the least bit disturbing or scary. It became very hard for me to explain things. It just felt like my brain wasn't working. If somebody explained something to me, I just wouldn't get it a lot of the time. I felt like my personality was very muted. I felt like I was just kind of there a lot of the time. I just thought, wow, everyone's so relaxed and interacting so easily. What's wrong with me? Well, I knew it was wrong with me, but I had a lot of that, the intrusive looping thoughts, trying to figure out everything in my life, and thoughts that would just kind of just keep very circular and not productive. I was just very hard on myself at that time, and people started pointing that out to me. The derealization was a lot of fun. That went on for a long time. I was hot and sweaty a lot, stuffy nose, head pressure, very sensitive. My feelings were hurt very easily. There were times I definitely was a little paranoid, worrying about health issues, mainly at night. Also obsessed with the timeline. When am I going to do with the taper and just all of that. I joined the Facebook groups for a bit. They scared me. I know they help a lot of people. Once I was done with my taper, I jumped off the dose. Things got worse for a bit because I think I did it too quickly. I didn't sleep for days. Called my psychiatrist at the time, and she kind of laughed and said that I was just nervous about going off my medicine, which is ridiculous. And no doctor ever told me to try to get off these pills before that. So anyway, that's my story. Really, we need to get doctors to do a better job with informing patients.